Hi everyone, and welcome back. I'm with Lynn Morgan. How are you doing, Lynn?
I'm doing well.
Good to see you again.
Same
and you're
here.
the chairwoman for the Upcountry Community Council.
Yes.
Right. Well, chairperson.
Chairperson.
Okay.
Chair.
Good. All right. We get that. We're through that. Okay.
Yes.
You know, the Upcountry Community Council meets and talks about issues that are relevant and very important to the Upcountry.
Yes, we do.
And I believe your June 11th meeting of, I guess that would be a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
Discussed, had Ann Lintz up there as a speaker, and a lot of talk about fire insurance. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
We also had Dave Bellarive.
You're right.
Yes, and essentially we were just talking about the obvious high risk this year particularly, and Upcountry is the highest risk fire area in this county. So to what people can do, and apparently a number of homes are actually losing their fire insurance if they do not honor that 100-foot clearance. And so there was a lot of discussion about how best to do that. Is there anything? Are there any organizations to help?
Were there people that came up and said that they had lost? Do you have an approximate number of people?
You know, I don't. But it really helps. And one of the things they shared is that the local AFPD has a service available to come out and review neighborhoods for their fire protection risk. And that really helps the insurance companies to, you know, offer insurance. Probably most of the homes up in the Upcountry area are considered in the high cost area. Apparently, and especially on the street where I live, we don't even have we have wells. We don't have fire hydrants. Right. So apparently, your low risk and low cost fire insurance person, if you have a hydrant
close by,
within,
right.
Yes, within 1,000 feet, or a fire station that close, and you know, that leaves a lot of us out.
That's the breakdown. If you're 1,000 feet from it, does everybody go into the same in the same spot, or become in the same category? Yes, and so you know, it's a very tough issue, and they are also, you talked about AWA a little earlier, and they are working with the fire folks now to actually inspect the fire hydrants that are up there, because some of them don't have the proper fittings for a fire truck that arrives to be able to use the water, and some of them don't have great water flow. I heard a lot of stories on that last year, and I think that they had straightened quite a lot of them out.
Yes.
Maybe they don't have them all, but they found that was a big problem last year, and I think are working on that. Also, I believe the water agency is moving up the hydrants to priority as well.
Yes.
Possibly putting more hydrants in, if I read that report correctly.
Absolutely.
And that would be great.
And Captain Bellarive also tried to assure us that you know, they bring enough water in their trucks to put out most house fires. You know, given that they vary.
There's two kinds of fires that people are concerned with. I mean, ones there's like, you know, that might start at your house or your neighbor's house and can quickly be gotten to and maybe handled rather quickly by the fire department.
Yes.
And of course the other one is there's a giant blaze that started and it's just coming through, so
yes,
just get out of the way.
Exactly. Catastrophic fires that they call crown fires are what we're really, really nervous about, and there's not a lot people can do except evacuate. Right. Frankly.
Okay.
So.
And you know, I think every area, I live in the Upcountry, I think every area has a, you know, where you live, you're concerned about hurricanes or earthquakes or floods, and ours happens to be wildfire, and it's certainly is a great potential for disaster, and I'm glad the community is looking at that.
Absolutely.
Okay, now there's other things in the Upcountry, and why don't you tell us also, where does the boundary for the Upcountry? Where you know, I live in Pine Grove, so am I really in the Upcountry? You're in the Upcountry. Okay, I thought so. Is it where the pines start?
Just about. We have relatively loosely defined it as Pine Grove up to Kirkwood. Right. And you know, and that goes a little north and south, but we cover a large area, and
Right.
and obviously where we happen to focus is the further up country. Since Pine Grove, you have your own
Right.
organizations, you've got your
Right.
own council and community development and so on. We try to coordinate, but
I thought as much.
Yeah.
And so the Buckhorn Town Center is, let's talk about that a little bit, because you're having a meeting on that, and as well as a potluck.
Yes.
I think to try to get as many people as possible there. Why don't you tell us
Yes.
about the Buckhorn Town Center and what's going on there?
We're very excited about that. The Buckhorn Town Center, the Pine Grove Town Center, there are, I think, 4 town centers that have been identified in the draft amended county general plan. And I know the supervisors had a lot of debate about what and how many of those town centers should be. They discussed having a town center at Red Corral, but they were talked out of that. And so the Buckhorn Town Center is close to all of us. And so the potluck and the invitation to this meeting is to try to get as many citizens and property owners in that area as possible to start talking about what we would like this town center to be when it builds out. Do we want a park there, like Pine Grove has? Do we want, what amenities are there that we like and are wonderful? Certainly the Payless Market is bound to be one of those. But what don't we have that we would like to build out this concept of a place people go and get services?
Now, do you have an idea of what the designation town center means in the general plan?
Yes.
Good one?
It really means an identified area. In fact, we're even talking about putting maybe a sign on either end of the area, like Sutter Creek and Amador City have. An identified area where citizens and tourists can get services close by.
Okay, are there any other things? We have a minute left, but like building, I was under kind of the impression that the town centers would be places where there would be more possibility of like apartment, things like that. Too.
Yes, that it will be part of our discussion, because
Okay.
there certainly is some interest on having it mixed use, like a lot of places downtown Sacramento, for example, where you may have businesses down below and apartments up above. And there's some controversy about that. Obviously, some people like the idea, some don't.
Okay,
So,
we have 30 seconds. Why don't
Okay.
you look at that camera and invite everybody that you would like to come?
please, especially if you live near or in the Buckhorn area, come to our potluck. We'll bring some chips and talk to us about what our vision is for the Buckhorn Town Center to eventually be. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Lynn, for
Thank
coming
you.
by, and I'm glad you got the word out there. And thanks for staying with us. There's more news on the other side of the break.
You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader, TSPN.